What's going on, you cocksuckers? Today I'm going to be giving you a guide on the beginning of the Wrath of the Machine raid. We're going to be doing this as quickly and as clean as possible. I don't want to waste any of your time, but keep in mind I'm going to have a tutorial for each of the boss encounters up on my channel. Their links will be in the description, so let's begin. Go ahead and pick a partner. You want each of your friends to do this. You want to split into 3 groups of 2. You're going to keep your partner for the entirety of the raid. Obviously, it's going to be best if you pair your better players with your not so better players and your highest light with your not so highest light. So starting off with the encounter in spawn, there are 3 things around the map. They're called foundry spinners. They're these little towers right here, and there's one in the left, middle, and right section. Go ahead and send one team to each of the foundry spinners, and then you're going to split into a subgroup of runners and defenders. Now, as far as light leveling on your positioning here, this is not really going to matter. It doesn't matter if you have the highest light running or the highest light defending, as long as you make sure that everyone knows their roles. So the role of the defender is very simple. You're going to defend the foundry spinner from this big ass shank right here. This is what is known as a voltage eater. He is trying to negate what your runner is doing for each respective side. And they will be sent out continuously to each foundry spinner at the same time. That's why it's important to have a defender there at each foundry spinner at all times. Now, the person playing the position of runner is going to need to run through these pillars of light around the map. Now, what happens when you run through these is you get a voltage charge, as seen by the voltage rising tag on the left hand side of your screen. When you pick up a voltage, you'll notice you'll get a timer. That is a countdown timer to your death, and the only way to stop your death is to pick up another voltage charge. And you'll want to continually pick up voltage charges until you reach the maximum stack of 4. You want to have each of the runners on the respective foundry spinners doing the exact same thing as you. But you need to each plan out paths to take to pick up voltage, because they take a little bit to respawn. And if you pick them up too quickly, you won't have enough to reset your timer to prevent your death. So it's important that each of your teammates stay to their respective sides when it comes to picking up voltages. Once you have achieved maximum voltage, you're going to take your voltage charge to your respective foundry spinner and hold square. It's going to discharge your voltage into the foundry spinner. And I'm sure you've guessed it by now, but this is where the voltage eaters come into play. They will attempt to negate the voltage that you have put in there. So once you and your team have discharged enough voltage into each of the foundry spinners, they will start spinning and begin to drop these SIVA bombs. You'll want to, as a team, take these SIVA bombs and throw them at the boss. This is going to remove his shield. This is the time you would likely want to pop a Weapons of Light. Keep in mind though, his blasts will destroy Weapons of Light or Blessings of Light bubbles very, very quickly. Once you have thrown enough SIVA bombs at him, his shield will break and you will then be able to do damage to him. At this point, you should tether and unleash everything you've got. These bosses are all bullet sponge whores. Gallahorn is obviously recommended because this gun will make anything shit its pants. After an amount of time, his shield will come back up, and then you will then need to repeat that first process again and again until you have finally weakened him enough to where he will retreat. And that will be the end of the first encounter. You can then make your way through the jumping puzzle, after which you will get to another boss encounter. I will have a tutorial to the next boss linked in the description. And if you are having any trouble with it, you can obviously use it. It will hopefully be of use to you, as well will all my other boss tutorials. If you like this video, give it a like, and I will suck on me wow. I'll see you on the next video, big boy.